before I get my dragon, I'm gonna kill that little runt. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, I'm gonna get that dragon. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get that dragon. It's as good as dead. I'm gonna get him.
You can't kill her.
I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her. She deserves to die. She's weak. Just like you. You both deserve to die.
You can't do this. You can't.
Whoa. Okay. Relax. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe.
And I'm Mary.
And we're Book Buds.
We have a couple extra buds with us today. So we're going to be talking about Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros.
Yes, so this book, very popular. I mean, everybody on BookTube is talking about it.
And it should be. It's like so good.
Yes, and before I saw it on BookTube, one of my friends recommended it to me. My two friends who are sisters, they both listened to it, and they said that the audiobook is really cool. You have to listen to it. It's about dragons. It's magic. You would love it. And they even said, send it to Mary because Mary is going to like it too. So now,
thanks, guys, because I loved it.
They're getting to know our tastes.
I know. I'm so impressed that they really hit that one on the head. Like, I said to you when I started listening to it, I was like, this was reminding me a lot of like Divergent.
Yeah.
And you were like, that's what they said. They said you're gonna love it because of that. And I'm like, oh my god, how do they know me so well?
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, so I have some opinions.
Okay.
So where do we want to start with?
I loved it, guys. I really loved it. What are your opinions?
She's like, what are your stupid little opinions? You should have seen her face from this angle.
Getting ready to defend the book.
I didn't love it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
A lot.
Would you like read or listen to the next one?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. This guy.
I mean, we talked previously. I had a few issues with it. Not a few issues, one major issue.
He doesn't like when like stupid romance takes over, when like, you know, somebody's not supposed to be with somebody and then they're like, I'm gonna be with them anyway, and he's like, oh god.
Like
that's what happened.
The rivals turned lovers trope.
I love it.
Like, you're annoying. Okay, so the beginning of this book, I thought it was so different. I thought it was awesome. Yes. The dragon riders, how they were all had to go across the parapet, that dangerous situation to get to the other side, and you know she didn't want to go. She's a
She's got
a scribe. No,
she wanted to be a scribe, but like the safe job because she's got some physical handicaps, and her health is not good. She's weak. She gets injured very easily, and she is not made to be a rider. But her mom is like the general.
That mother.
The mom is like the head of everything, and like she's nasty. Like, you have to be a rider. No child of mine is going to be anything but a rider. So she's forced into it. Yeah, when she should have like been the safer thing of being the scribe. But so it's very challenging right from the very beginning. Like they could die when they're crossing that parapet. Yeah, and there's a kid right away that wants to kill her.
Oh yeah, right on the damn thing.
Yeah.
He goes after her.
Yeah, not cool.
But so because her mother is like, you know, in charge and has done some horrible deeds in her time, she was warned to stay away from this one guy.
Yeah, because he's gonna be bad news. Like, don't talk to him. He's gonna want to kill you.
He wants revenge.
Yeah,
on
but
like
instead
the family.
He like gives her some really good loving.
So like that was like one of the warnings, right? She's going into this scary world and she's got to stay away from this guy. She's got to stay. And it was like painted in such a way where he is just going to see her, know that it's the daughter of the mother, and just want revenge, and he's going to murder her on the spot.
Yeah.
And it was really like scary, and it was like, oh my god, like I was like nervous for her. Like, here we are going into this situation. She's got to worry about that guy. She's got to worry about the one who's tried to kill her on the parapet, and the dragons. Like, there's a lot going on.
Okay, so I've read a lot of romance, and this happens a lot, and I hate when somebody's like, oh, they're bad for me, but now I'm gonna jump their bones with no reason. Okay, there was reason, and she paved it well, I thought. Like, you know, he was attractive, of course, and then like there was some eavesdropping of something that like she shouldn't have known about, and she could have turned him in and she didn't, and so he, like, his respect for her like grew a little bit. He's like, oh, she's not what I thought she was gonna be. You're like over it.
I'm already annoyed. Yeah.
And then the author did a really good job of giving us more plot to put them together, because his dragon is mated to her dragon. They're a mated pair, so they're gonna have to spend a lot of time together, and when the dragons are getting it on, it gets them all hot and bothered. So I thought those were great additions to the plot, to be like, oh, well, they can't help themselves, they got to be together and have like amazing sex. You're not on board. Ugh, I loved it. I was all in.
Yeah, I just like they just like axed out that entire like conflict with like sex. I'm like,
So the rest of the story, the adventurous part of the story, you really loved.
I did. I liked the whole base of the story. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was cool. And she has powers and
Yes, her powers are cool.
What?
Because this dragon is like the biggest, baddest dragon. He doesn't always come to the threshing where you like meet the dragon that you're going to bond with. But he showed up because she was defending this little one. And she had something special in her. Even though she's weak, she had a special personality trait that he was drawn to. And so the humans all think like you have to be strong to get a dragon, but the dragons are the ones that really run the show. And they're like, we decide who we want, and we decide what's worthy and what's attractive to us. So you are more than worthy.
That was
to
funny.
Have a dragon.
When they're like, the humans think they have this all under control, but it's really us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and the other thing that kind of bothered me was like, you know how like humans communicate with dragons telepathically or whatever? Like, yeah, that's how it goes. But it's like I had that problem with Aragon. Like Aragon was just like, and then the movie ruined it for me, which is very corny the way that they communicated. So like I couldn't help to think of that when they were communicating. I'm like, okay, why'd they have to communicate in the traditional sense that we know that humans and dragons communicate? Because before it was like they were like slithery animals, dragon type things, and like she was like afraid of them. And then all of a sudden, yeah, okay, like he chose her. But like now, like they're talking and like they're having like these little conversations in their head. And the dragon cursed at one time. I'm like, the dragon is cursing. Like I don't know. It just like
so you didn't like humanizing
it didn't seem right.
The dragon.
No, I wanted it to be that story where it was just like they were still kind of like unpredictable and like you have to be careful with your dragon, even though he chose you. Like you got to be careful. It's still like this freaking creature that could just like at any time go crazy. Okay. Respect the dragons, you know what I mean?
But other people couldn't hear what was in her dragon's head, and other people are still really fearful of this guy, you know? Like, they're on edge around him because they don't know his personality. But I feel like, how can you have the story? You can't have all the dragon thoughts and ideas about the, you know, us dragons, we make the rules, and we decide who we want, without them freaking talking.
Yeah, well, they could have had it come through another way.
How, Joe? Tell the author. Come on.
I don't know. I'm not the writer.
You don't have a suggestion.
To come up with a fun new way of communicating with these animals.
I disagree. It was fantastic.
And then he cursed. Like the dragon is not supposed to
There's no
curse.
reason he can't curse.
It was just weird. Like it was like
Fuck you, Joe.
Humanizing. Like that's so stupid. And the sex scenes. What?
They were amazing.
Dude,
yeah.
I was blown away. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, and I don't know, I just can't get used to it because I don't like read books for that. So like when she was going in and like using the language that she was using, I was like, holy I felt like an 8th grade boy.
It was some very adult content.
I'm like,
awesome.
what?
Yep. And it was like mind-blowing stuff going on, so much so that like curtains were catching fire, furniture was getting broken apart, trees were getting knocked down outside the window.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The lightning.
Yes. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you didn't listen to it.
I did listen to it.
Oh, you listened? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, listening to it was like...
She read it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't just reading these sex scenes. It was like another form of like...
She was like talking it to you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Woo!
I normally, like, I used to not like audiobooks at all because I always felt like they're kind of dry and you had to really pay attention to, like, get into the book. This woman, she did an amazing job at hooking you.
She was good.
She was really good.
Yeah.
And I listened to it because your friend said that she was really good.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll listen to it also.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So are you ready for the second book? Because it's out.
Yeah, I will read anything that this author has written. I will absolutely read her. She was amazing.
Did you do your research? Are there more books?
I have not done my research. Let's do it now.
Let's
I
see.
think she has like one. I feel like I looked and she had like something else, but not a lot. Yeah, she has a lot of romance stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to be checking her out. But I really like her fantasy. I wonder if any of these others are fantasy. It doesn't really look like it from the cover, but I will do some more investigating and check out some other of her books. Have you guys read anything else by her? I'm curious. Are there ones that you would recommend?
And if you're enjoying Book Buds, give us a thumbs up.
And share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel. Book Buds!
I read this book too. It was stupendous.
Yeah.
Oh, those are Mary books.
Yeah.
Naked guys on the cover. She loves that.